Hello, everybody. Yesterday, we went over in general how this will work, our Comic-Con site. We're going to break it down from the creator side of things and how creators are going to be able to use this. We're live on TikTok, live on YouTube. We're going to zoom in so you guys can see here exactly what's going on. And I'm going to just adjust the camera. And I'm going to try not to hit the tripod too much. You guys who are seeing me, hopefully on YouTube, are watching exactly what I'm doing, and you guys are seeing it. So I'm going to go ahead and hide the meeting. We'll check in with our friends at YouTube really quickly, just to get make sure that you guys are getting what we want you to. There we go. So this is our new site, ComicCon.site. We changed some of the colors. We've kind of improved on it. I'm pretty excited to get into it for you. What we're going to do right now is we're going to try to tag some people in our TikTok video while I explain to you exactly what we are looking at collectively. So excuse me for 1 second, uh, while I just leave this and let you all understand what we're doing here. My name is Mr. AnderSiN, and I create comics about desires, monsters, and more. And I have always been a huge fan, and here I am, been a huge fan of comic books, and I love comic books. And for a long time, I was known as the comic book advocate, and I feel like I can do something different and better now. And what that is give people their own voice. So that's what the goal is going to be, finding a way to get people their own
What if I
voice.
told you I had a website that had,
Okay, we're just going to pause this right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take our actual feed right now, which we should be live, and invite some friends to be part of this. Now, I also want you guys to know that right now you can go to our site, ComicCon.site, and join me in Zoom and be part of this in Zoom. We're just going to pause that as well. So I'm just trying to get some people here for us to, so they can be part of this conversation. I'm hoping this works. I've never actually tagged anyone before, to be honest. So hopefully this is going to be showing. You guys will see right there. I'm trying to add some people here. So because they had asked some questions about how we were going to be doing this. So for those on YouTube, you're not seeing it, but I'm interacting with TikTok. I don't think you guys are actually getting any of that. So I'm just going to be adding some people to this because this is important. Yeah, I don't think you can tag people. That's sad. All right, well, I'll tag them when we re-upload the video. So let's stop wasting as much time. I do have the chat open for that. I have the chat open for YouTube. We'll double check with it and see what's going on. We have our Zoom workplace. We're going to get out of the way. YouTube, let's get with it. All right, so, and why is YouTube not responsive? I think we might have the wrong one. Let me just see where we're at, because this should be moving on the YouTube. Because I'm pretty sure I'm screen sharing this one. Am I not? Yes. So why is our YouTube not moving? Oh, because we're not live. We should be live. There we go. All right. We weren't watching it live. That will do it. If we're not watching it live. All right. Okay, so I'm going to go into this now. I'm going to explain to you exactly what we got going on. This has been a site that's been around for a while. It was birthed in, and you can see our archives here. January 2016 was when this one went live. We did have its predecessor actually in 2015 already live, but we're going to count this particular site 2016. It's gone through a lot of names. They're not really important. Today's not a history lesson. Today's telling you where we're at. And what we're doing is we're making this as close to Facebook for creators as it can be without actually. So check it out. What we're not trying to do is host people's ideas, thoughts, whatever comes to their head. We want them to creatively be here. So the way that they do that is pretty simple, actually. You can see up top where it says subscriber Rob, and it has my name here, which is my name if you guys didn't know that. And you can see some of the other names that I use in the passwords, and some of them are older, and I've been kind of getting rid of them. Comic book advocates used to be one of the things. So what you want to do is you want to put in your email to subscribe. That's instantly going to give you an account. Now, what you can do with that account is go in and add your names, add even a Gavatar, I believe is what they're still using on WordPress profile. Now, what you want to do is once you put in your email here, reach out to me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give everyone access of a role on this site. So what are roles? This is how it works. So on WordPress, they have different roles. I'm an administrator, so I get to do the background stuff. I admins have the power to do almost everything, have access to almost everything. I do have access to everything because I'm the owner, but an administrator would have that. An editor has access to all post pages, comments, categories, and tags and can upload media. Some people will eventually join us as editors. These are the two levels we're really going to be talking about today: an author and a contributor. This is what I want to do. Most of you who are brand new to me and I really don't know you, and maybe you have less of a footprint and are a little newer, I'm going to put you in as a contributor. I'm going to give you access to write something and edit your own posts until they're published. Now, in your posts, I do suggest you give an alternate social media. If you have a website, always put it at the bottom of your post. And the post you're going to make, we're going to go over in a few minutes and how to work all of those. So stay tuned for that. But what's really important here is, as a contributor, this is the training wheels we're going to give a lot of you. For those of you who think you have the chops, you've used WordPress, you have a bigger library, and you just want to go and we talk for like just a few minutes, and you really are like invested and want to do this, I'll put you as an author role. Contributor, I'm not going to lie to you guys, it's nerve-wracking after almost 10 years to give control to people in an author position because we've had some problems in the past. However, I want to work with people, so we're going to do that. It's just going to mean I'm going to have to pay attention. If you guys upload something that is not for like a comic book shop, what you'd see at a comic book shop, what does that mean? No nudity on your display pictures, authors. If you want to have it in your thread, you're going to have to put a tag on the actual uh, thread itself that says for adults only. Because we do have subscribers. As a matter of fact, we have 59,600 subscribers last I checked. I don't want people to be bombarded with things that they're going to find offensive. Usually the posts don't give the entire post, it's the preview picture and a few words. Try not to put your links, your URLs, in the main portion of, like the very top main portion of a thread. Put a little commentary, explain what you're doing. And we're going to go over that in just a few minutes with everything that's going on. We're just going to take a quick pause to double check to make sure no one has any questions yet. We do not have any questions. Very cool. So this is what it is. So again, all you're going to do is subscribe, send me a message and say, hey, Rob, I would like an author or contributor role. If you say author, I'm just going to ask, have you had WordPress experience? Do you understand it? Do you need me to go over anything? This is me going over everything with you right now. I am currently plugged in. You guys can see the top of the screen. Things should be highlighting as I'm going over the top of the screen. These are the ways we see it. We have our view, how many people are watching us. You guys, most of you will probably have access to that as an author. I don't think contributor does. Edit post and new post you will both have. Edit post will go away once you have submitted it to be approved. When you submit something to be approved, just give me a heads up so I can do the final turning it on phase of it and making sure it goes out. You guys are allowed to post this anywhere you want. You can advertise it. Now, before we go on to the ins and outs of all of this stuff, and again, I can work with anyone who needs some tutoring in the very beginning on how to do these, but it's pretty self-explanatory, honestly. So we're going to do something with the tagging system, and I want to just show you really quick. So if you were to start a new thread today, this is very basic, but I'm happy to go over anything. Put a title, you're going to tag it, and we're going to explain why you want to tag it in a few minutes, but the tags go right in the tag section, and you could even see some of the more frequently used tag sections at the very bottom of the screen. These are the ones that were most used. Those will change as we've changed in course. Um, and what we're going to wind up doing over here too is you put in a title, and I'll just put test for this. But if I was doing this to advertise a comic book, I'd put the comic book's name. I would explain what the comic book is, maybe drop an image here. Then you're going to set a featured image up here. Now, if you're a contributor and you can't do that, you can always send it to me and I'll happily do that. So, oops, we're kind of moving off scale there. There we go. That's just who I am, the author. That's going to be your link. It's going to let you even postpone or post it whenever you want. So that's something important to know. And I don't think you guys are going to have access to our Jetpack. And the Jetpack, I'm not really using Facebook anymore. I've left Meta and Twitter doesn't even allow this anymore. So I'm manually putting all of my stuff onto Jetpack, and we're talking about here on TikTok and YouTube. So you want to make sure you use your tag. Don't worry about a category. You can, if you want, create your own category if you'd like. Everything goes under CCNU. It's Comic-Con news and updates without the and in there because the and doesn't work well. Everything just, that's the default setting for everything. So it's pretty self-explanatory. If you have questions, you can ask me. The tagging system is what's going to be most important. So let's go back to the site and go from there. And then I'm going to get you guys on your way. If you have any questions, I'll happily answer them. So when people show up to the site as a fan, as someone who's just showing up, they're going to be basically given a pick your own adventure. So they can go to comics. We'll go there. Creator Alley, we'll go there. Comic book news and updates, we'll go there. Comic book genres, we're going to go there. And content creators are just people who are creating content. So we're inviting YouTubers, we're inviting TikTokers to just advertise their craft. And if they're maybe writing novels, we're going to let them go there. And who knows how far we'll go with that. We might actually have more on there. Now, if anyone wants to be a guest today, by the way, feel free to ask. I'm happy to have people on as guests today, either through, and I want to make sure I'm checking the Zoom as we're going today, just for this reason, either through, because we have it at the very top. I don't think anyone's asking to get in. Hold on, let me just double check with our Zoom. No, no one's trying to get in. Okay, so I did put it up here. I'm going to erase this in a few minutes. If you want to be here, this is live right here, right now with me. So, all right, you can search it here. This is going to be for content creators. This is just videos we're making from TikTok that are going to wind up here every 24 hours. I think it's going to update soon, to be honest with you. So I did add a bunch of content yesterday, so I'm expecting new stuff. If not, we're going to have to look at that because our bottom one here already does have the new stuff. And the difference here was these were a little bit bigger. This gives a cascading effect. We'll see. I might have to manually update this one because it does not seem to be updating, but we'll see. I'll keep an eye on that. And then this is right over here, just so you guys know, on the other side, these are the latest posts. So as you post, it will show up in the latest posts. All right, so let's get to each one. And notice how I put tags here. So this is how you would tag when you make it. Now, if you're just a fan watching this, don't even worry about it. It has nothing to do with you. This is for creators. It's just a tutorial, and we've learned how you're going to do stuff. So we're going to come here, and you're going to see this is comics. So it's going to show everything that someone put in that's comics. So the way I do that, again, remember the tags? I put COMICS, comics. So now anyone who posts anything with the tag comics, it's going to show up here. And it's going to give you the option to read more, and it's going to give the fans a quick way to scroll. Now, I cleared out a lot of these tags on purpose and only left a few there because I wanted you guys to feel welcome. Now, we also have the ability for you to register yourself as an artist, a colorist, an editor, a letterist, a writer. This is a good opportunity to write a little bit about yourself. You can use any of the tags that you think fit you. For example, I do consider myself, I have done every one of these. However, I consider myself, like services I would be willing to work with people with, a writer and a letterist. I could be a story editor, but I didn't want to break it apart. I could never be a regular editor because of my dyslexia. So that's what we got. That's what we're going to have going on. Okay. These are the things that you can be in. And our news and updates, that's where you'd put, you have a Kickstarter, you have this going on, you're going to hit it out there. So as you see, we're going to do this. Now, this gives you an opportunity. Why would you go through all this? Tagging it. And when you tag it, remember to use news and updates. Go to our tagging list, and we're going to talk a lot about that now, right here. But why would you come here to a website? Well, we're going to get a bunch of people to come to this website. And as people are sharing, it's going to give them motivation to go to a site. And the site is going to start to attract more attention. It's done it in the past. And the cool thing is you're not just talking about your own comic. Everyone is talking about comics here. So when you put this out here and say, I'm part of ComicCon Online, and our actual URL will read Creators of Written Sins. That's a nod to how long we've been around and to how we started. So if anyone ever asks you about that, just be like, the site has evolved over the years. It has become the ComicCon Online. Just go to ComicCon.site and you're going to get there. And now people can look up all the different genres. They are part of something. They can, let's say that someone comes to our site and they're looking for a superhero book. They click this, they go here, and they do that. Now, I removed, well, as I said, a lot of different things to make this work. I took the tags off of older things, and now you see like it pops up, it shows this. Now, as you guys put these things in, it's going to show it as well. And Eclipse is actually heading to Kickstarter again. So that's what it's going to be. So if I wanted to do this, I would do superhero and I would put it in. And we have genre for days, guys. Graphic novels, LGBTQ comics. Now, when you want to tag something, just come in here, copy this, and use it as your tag. Do not use a hashtag. That is not how this site runs. It has it in the tag section. It is relatively very simple to do this. I am not asking for a lot of energy, a lot of spoons. This is just basic. Put out a paragraph about your item. We're not going to be selling your books, so we're not going to be a middleman. All the money should go to you. So however you're selling the books, if you want someone to email you, if you have a TikTok shop, you're allowed to link those things. I am not making any money off of this with you guys. If we were to ever make money, it would be because an advertiser came to this channel. That's it. You will never be charged for using this. I want us to rise together. I have said it for years. In the past, I would go out and get all the information. I want to tag all of you in. I want you to do what you do. The few things I ask you is do not spam the group. Do not give news every day that's the same news. If you have a Kickstarter, do not tell us about your Kickstarter again unless you've changed something. If you've updated something, do not do a daily post. Keep this as something that is, think of it like a park everyone comes to visit. You don't want to keep putting stuff that's going to clog up the park. We want everyone to be there. That's what's going to make this special. It's not just one person's comics, it's everyone's comics. As far as the graphic up top, over time, we will probably within the next 60 to 90 days update this and add other people's comics as well. For now, we did use Dynamite, Boom Studios, because and Marvel and DC, of course, because we are going to possibly be talking about that, and our TikTok channel does. So this is me giving you a podium. This is empowering you. Instead of me being the comic book advocate, I'm just the guy who runs the Comic-Con. I'm here to help in the background. You make the stuff you need to make. I'll make threads about me, and together we will rise. That's it. That's how simple this is going to be. If you guys have questions, ask. If you're a fan, it's just about picking your adventure, clicking and seeing what you want. Let's say you want children's books. Boom. And we're going to have Cat Dad and Supermom. Now, the logos, again, will change over time. I promise you that. And this is just for now. I'm going to be adding my own stuff. But like you can see that a lot of these themes and stuff, I might have other creators want to help build it, or they might add their own image in here. This is not a vanity project for me. This is where we start today. Where we go is up to everybody. I do not see any comments coming to me on the Comic-Con So I have nothing to answer on Comic-Con. That's fine. We're going to check out over in our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel has nothing for me to clearly respond to, no comments made. So oops. I am going to go ahead and sign off of the Zoom. And before I do that, though, I do want to just capture to see if I can't get any notes, transcripts. So let me do the transcript. There we go. Okay, good, good, good. And then I'm just going to end it. So YouTube, if you have questions, ask it. We'll do a follow-up video. If not, I'll see you all at the Comic-Con online, ComicCon.site.